Hello and welcome to the final round of the United States Amateur Disc Golf Championships presented by Discraft. We are here in Milford, Michigan at the famous redesign of the Toboggan course, and on the mic with me I have Luke Taylor. How you doing, Luke?
Doing good.
Super excited to have you back here, and this is exciting for our final round here, the first major we've covered. We have 2 rounds in the book, and Robert right now has a 4-stroke lead. We got you still on lead card. Harry Chase joining us as well. Super solid player. Recently sponsored by Innova. Just made the announcement.
I did not know that. Congrats, Robert. And there's Shelley. He's a funny guy.
Oh yeah, he's a great guy too. Good to meet him. And what's gonna happen? Oh, is the elevator out of service this time? Oh, I was gonna have to take the stairs down to that low score again, huh? So painful. Got Harry here, representing his local group, it looks like. Super excited to have him on as well. Got hole 1 here, 477 feet, par 3. You want to throw a forehand if you have that power out and to the left. OB doesn't really come in play unless you throw a backhand and hyzer it out, but trying to come across this fairway into the green here. What are you throwing normally here, Luke?
I'm normally throwing, I believe, a nuke sidearm, maybe now a force, but depends on the wind.
I say the first 2 rounds were pretty hot. This final round was a little more windy, if I recall correctly.
Yes, at the beginning of the round, I was just trying to, I remember I just wanted to play for par as much as I can. I believe we had a bit of a right to left headwind here, really not allowing the forehand to swing back as much as prior days.
Yeah, we see Robert there with plenty of power, but like you said, that did not have a chance to really get all the way over to the right there.
No.
You'd have to hug it really tight. Sheldon here in sandals.
Yeah, Mr. Sandals himself. Very smooth player and can throw really far.
Yeah, this is looking really good. But again, it looks like that wind's knocking it down early, but that'll be a run from there.
Yeah, it gets a little more swing than Roberts there. Just a little bit better angle out of the hand, it looked like. I'm throwing a little bit more stable nuke today. Just trying to combat the wind a little bit better.
How many nukes do you bag?
That flipped right over. I believe right now I only bag 2. My bag's changed a little bit from this to Junior Worlds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Congratulations on that, by the way.
Thank you.
Got a world champion commentating on the channel. No biggie. We got Harry here.
Throwing a backhand, and with this wind, I kind of like the play, but this is turning pretty quick.
Yeah.
But it gets down fast enough for getting a little forward roll there even, and he's in the fairway too.
Yep. 3 pretty common on this hole for round 3.
Yeah, 3 pretty common all the rounds. We haven't.
It's a tough course to score on.
I'm throwing a Big Z drone here, just.
And that's perfect.
Yeah.
Nice little layup.
Yeah, I was really happy with that.
Got Harry from a little closer than you. Looks like he's also just laying up. Maybe a touch short than what he wanted, but.
Yeah, it's going to be a little tricky putt from there, but only like 15-20. Robert throwing a gator.
Very comfortable with that forehand little snap he has. He's got that Robert Burridge shirt on with that really interesting art on the back.
Yeah, he's also sponsored by Gorilla Disc Golf, I believe. It's something I hadn't heard of before this, but he's on it.
He's got some good company over there. Lisa Fakis, I think, is on that as well.
Okay.
Good save, Robert there.
Yeah, par obviously not a bad start.
Got Harry looking to. He was much closer than I thought he was.
Yeah, it looked like he was about 20, but that was really only 12 feet even.
You tap in your par.
All of us tapping in pars there, moving on to hole 2.
And Robert here for round 3 is probably just trying to get par in every hole, because that's probably enough to win. Pretty close.
Yeah, it should be. It's just keeping it clean, really, and I'm sure he's gonna look to get some birdies, but it's just keeping it clean, really.
For sure.
No unnecessary mistakes. Hole 2, par 4, 680, definitely a bonus birdie. Holes 1 and 2, par is almost, obviously you'd like to get a birdie, but par is something that you're acceptable with. Yeah, you just want to get it to the base of the hill or up onto the next level, which is a little bit flatter, but there's a steep part right after the base. So you just have to make your decision whether to go for perfect positioning or be in a spot where you can still get up and down.
Right. There's a kind of interesting positioning there because for those players that can throw, probably that's to the base of the hill is probably like 350.
350, 400,
Yep.
yeah, it's further than it looks.
And then from the base of the hill to the second plateau, you really need that kind of 500 plus power to get there.
I'd say you need like 520 consistent to get there.
You see Sheldon just a touch short there. He's going to be on the hill.
And I'm trying to pulling out a little bit more flippy disc today, trying to kind of go for it. And it just turned
over a little too much.
Yeah, the wind kind of just got it on the wrong side, and that's right at the base of the hill, so that's still in like a good landing zone. It just wasn't what I was going for.
Cut roll puts you right in the center of the hill there.
Yeah.
Harry going for this? He looks like he is.
Yeah.
Big thrower here. Nice turnover.
Just to get up the hill, though. And that's almost there.
Yeah. I've seen Jared Stoll play this course before, and he even, big thrower, right? But he even struggles to hit that second plateau from time to time. So lots of power to get there.
This looks a little bit better than yesterday.
Yeah, he kind of shanked that one over, and looks like he's just kind of playing this for the 4.
Yeah, that was... I think he was still kind of trying to go for it, but it's just so far from there with that angle.
In the old pin position, when it was right at the edge of the hill, even that one would have a long but kind of sketchy run. But now with it so far pushed back over the hill, the throw is just incredible to get it up and over and penetrate.
Yeah. To even have a look at a 3 on this hole is impressive. Short run up, lots of quick pull through there, and he's getting up the hill quite a bit.
Yeah, he's going to be close to the edge of the top of the hill there.
Yeah, I believe just past Roberts.
Yep. Seeing the basket's a bonus there as well, because then kind of visualize where your putt's going. Harry here, he's definitely going for it. This is high enough, but does it have enough to get over the hill?
Got up there. Yeah.
Just in circle even.
Yeah, that's a really good throw. That'll be
a decent 3 look.
Yeah, for sure.
Can you see the basket from here?
No.
Probably not, yeah.
No, not quite. Go a little bit past there, but that only about 15-footer.
Yeah, you got that one for sure. Got Sheldon looking like he's got it upside down here.
Yeah, he's going to throw a scooper.
Yeah, I love this play. Yeah, and that's a great shot.
Definitely keep it close.
Yeah, I kind of gave it a half bid, but still never had a chance of going more than 15 feet past the basket at worst case.
Yeah, that's just not a shot that I'm particularly comfortable with, but I can see it working for approaches for sure.
Definitely became more popularized when Brody came into the sport. But there are lots of players who used to can't quite convert that birdie.
That would have been very good for you to get there early on.
He would have joined 2 others that got the birdie on this hole today. Very, very hard to birdie today. Nice tap in for you. Got Robert here to clean up his par look. How was the atmosphere of the card? Final day. This is like decision day.
I wouldn't say it really changed that much. I mean, we're all definitely aware that it's the final day, but the goal doesn't change. You're still trying to finish the course in as few strokes as possible. Obviously, you're trying to get to first, but Robert's got a pretty good lead right now. It's just staying clean. Don't drop places. We're all in pretty good position and definitely something to be happy with at the end of the tournament.
For sure. Hole 3 now, 915 feet, 279 meters. There's OB laying the left side of the fairway all the way up and then around the basket there. Best drives are going to land in front of this long grass patch area on the right, and then you'll have the shortest approach. You're trying to get a 3 here. The big danger is if you don't match the hill when you take your drive and you go left, you can find yourself OB and scrambling for that 4.
Mm-hmm. Robert's ripping on a Halo Thunderbird here, and he's done really well with matching the hill all week. He's just in round 1 it kind of faded out on him and he found himself in a rough spot. But this just barely gets over the berm, and that's perfect.
Yeah. Now, in rounds 1 and 2, did he throw Destroyer, or did he throw that same
No,
Thunderbird?
it's the same Thunderbird, yep.
Just made the correction here. Maybe even the headwind helped him stay a little right.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, we definitely had a headwind today.
Yeah, this was almost a little scarier today.
Yeah, definitely disking up to something a little bit more stable, but it was hard to know exactly how the wind was going to affect it.
This one looking like it's leaking left.
And threw it a little too high, and obviously a very slow flight, but it was tracking towards OB as soon as it started fading out. And
yeah.
I was really happy with this out of my hand. It just kept turning a lot more than I thought it would.
Get out.
It fought through though, and it's on top of the berm.
Yes, that's perfect. I mean, compared to what it was gonna be.
Yes, compared to where it could have been, that was pretty good.
You know the woods are bad if they make a drop zone specifically for the people who lose their disc in the woods.
Yeah, it's not even for going OB. It's just for people who happen to lose their disc.
And that's a really safe, conservative shot from Harry there. Good location. You can see the basket. It's just a longer approach from there.
Mm-hmm.
How far is this out, do you think, for Sheldon?
This is probably pushing 450.
Okay.
I'd say.
A little uphill, too, at the very end of its flight.
Yeah, 450, maybe even a little more.
This has got to start working its way left and keep its speed.
Didn't quite get the distance there.
Yeah. Had a good line on it, but he's going to have a long look for his par save.
Yeah.
And that's the danger of going OB, especially early. It's very difficult to get up and down from that position.
This is
looking
pretty good.
Yeah, it's got to slow down. Slow down, I said.
And got a big skip there at the end, though, and found himself OB.
That OB long does sneak up on you if you're not slow enough approaching that green.
And I decided not to take a run up. I had some thorn bushes there, and I was just trying to get to a safe spot.
Big skip.
Yeah, that's long bid range, but
yeah, for a standstill forearm from that position, I mean, you're giving yourself a look, and that's probably the best you can ask for in that position.
Yeah, I was pretty happy with that shot.
Robert with the best drive of the group. He can't quite see the basket because he goes downhill enough, but he does know where it's at and puts it just outside circle.
I believe he snuck in there, but circle's edge, still a tester putt for sure.
Yeah.
It's just a little too high and left. That's a bit of a comebacker there, and he's obviously not too happy with that.
Harry looking to save his par now after going OB a second shot. Oh,
just a little low.
Right on frame, you can see it, and he's like, oh, the dirty, dirty dog. It should have gone in.
Yeah, he really thought he had that one out of his hand. And I didn't give that nearly as good a bid as I wanted to, but...
Yeah, just not enough power or just too low?
Just a little too low.
Okay.
Like I said, I know that with a really good round I could catch Robert, but I'm just trying to not drop spots, and I knew Shelley was, like, best case scenario. He's going to take a 5. Still has this putt, though, and he nails it down. So I know I'm picking up one on Shelley here.
Right. Playing for position, but if something should happen, just make sure you're in position to take advantage of it.
Yeah, just make sure that I'm not taking bogeys and get the birdies when they come.
For sure. Not many birdies here either, plus almost 0.7 strokes over par.
Most people just see a disc. At Discraft, we see over 40 years of innovation, driven by passion, consistency that inspires talent, built on a foundation designed for success. Over 4 decades of experience behind your first throw.
Moving into hole 4 now, par 4, 580 feet. Playing, this one's probably pretty close to par, right? Like
yes.
This is probably playing. It's one of the easier ones in the course for the field today. You want to give a hyzer or a flat to fade shot around that small pine tree back there, get into those trees we just passed, and then make your way up this hill, probably playing your second shot into the hill with a faster disc and sliding up there. It's really all about distance control on that second shot. And really the first. You really want to find yourself in a good spot to attack this green.
And Luke, you are correct with that intuition. It is the second easiest hole on the day.
Yeah.
Robert here.
And catches those pine trees.
Those
there.
first two there. That's going to leave him in a interesting position.
Mm-hmm. And I'm going with a Z-force here.
Okay.
And I threw it with a little too much hyzer, but it held straight a little longer than I thought it would.
Good wind.
Yeah,
Thank you,
so.
wind.
That'll be in almost a doable spot, but I got some trees to deal with there.
It's really those two pine trees that are past that first layer, right? That kind of lower your ceiling a lot.
Yeah, it's just a low ceiling to a green that goes up. It's tricky, and he threw this with a lot of hyzer, but it was a pretty flippy disc, and he's gonna find himself in the scramble position.
Harry's got the power to penetrate this wood gap here. He's going to go low.
It's a little lower than I think he was intending.
And he's also going to get caught up in the same trees Robert would.
Yeah.
I figured he was going to take the same line you did and go really high, but...
And that was, I believe...
That's Harry.
That was Harry's?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Main cam malfunctions. We didn't get that one. This one is Robert here underneath the pines, and unfortunately going to square the very first tree available.
And that was the first real error I'd seen him make, like...
Yeah. Entire weekend.
Yeah. Like, that obviously he didn't mean to do that at all.
Right.
And from there, it's a pretty difficult scramble. And
see what he can do there.
that was a very good outshot there by Shelley.
Wow, this is really good. He's going to be right on the edge even.
Mm-hmm.
You'll have a look from that position. All right, Robert here from a way back.
Just going, it's pretty straight putter on some turnover here.
I want to know what this blue putter is. He's thrown it a couple times during the
And
round.
that was so good.
That's a great save from that position.
It might be a AVR
Three?
X3.
X3, okay.
X3, I don't know what it is necessarily, but if I had to guess. I'm going Raptor here, and I just threw this too low for the angle that I was putting on it.
Yeah, just at the base of the hill there.
Yeah, that'll be a pretty easy upshot from there.
Okay, see if he can save this 4 here. He went from a disaster zone to this is doable now. This is doable to save the 4.
And that's a little bit left, but that's pretty close. He'll have a
20 feet
doable putt there. And
you running it?
Not really, no.
Too much of a drop off behind it.
Kind of like a floaty run sort of a thing.
That was a great half bid for sure.
Yeah, just trying to keep it close. Don't get anything crazy.
Yeah,
going
everything
on.
behind that basket's no bueno.
No.
Got Harry here from the woods. Oh, and
looks like it might start rolling.
yeah,
But it catches that tree. That's gonna.
Whew.
It's gonna be about 25-30 footer there to.
Save the par.
Yeah, for par here.
Oh, and he just left it left.
That's gonna be a bit. Looks like he might have a tricky comebacker here for bogey.
Just limits the damage. He's able to walk away with a bogey, unfortunately.
Good
Shell.
save there by Shelley.
That was not an easy position where he was at after that drive.
From where he's at, he's definitely trying to just play that for par. There's no incentive to go for the birdie after his tee shot there.
Making sure you keep your nerves in check.
Just don't want to do anything silly.
Go through that routine, knock it down. All right, we have hole 5, one of the new holes here on the course, 480 feet, par 3. You want to throw something low. I would assume you want something pretty straight. Traditionally throw it flat, let it use this fairway a little bit. And then right where you see the big tree in the center of the fairway in the stump, I'm imagining that you want to use ground action. You want to kind of skip off the dirt when it's dry and use that to carry it into the green, or maybe a little in front of it as well.
Yeah, the ground was a lot more hard-packed than this drone was showing. That everything had dried up by this time, and there was a lot of ground play happening.
Yeah, there was a lot of rain right when I went to go fly that drone. This is very, very dry now, so lots of ground action to be had.
Robert throwing his champion eagle again here.
Right at
and
our
catches
cameraman.
the same tree 3 rounds in a row, he hit the same tree.
Consistent.
Yes.
Now he just needs to move it on 1 foot to the right, and he'll be golden.
Perfect, yeah.
What do you got here?
I'm throwing an Undertaker here.
Okay, Z.
Yes, yeah.
This is looking pretty good.
Yeah, it's nice and low, and it's turning.
Yeah, it's holding that angle really well. And, yeah, exactly what I just said.
Yeah, it's about 25 feet past there, and that'll be definitely a look at a birdie there.
Spectacular drive there on 5.
Mm-hmm. And that's got good angle.
Yeah, this
needs
is
to hold it. Oh, and it's turning a little too much.
It looked really good out of his hand.
Catches a tree though. He's not gonna.
Yeah, that's gonna be a 3 probably.
Yeah,
up
that
and
shouldn't
down.
be too difficult an upshot there.
Maybe another upside down shot from there.
Maybe.
Good spot to do it. I don't really know if it's a good spot to do it or not. I don't throw it. I'm not skilled enough. Oh no!
Yes, Harry catches that tree on that left side, and that's gonna be a tricky shot from there.
This is long. This is still 400 feet. This would be an incredible save if he can get it. He's gonna lace those 2 trees, gets a little bit of ground action, and
yeah, that's about 15.
Alrighty
maybe even closer. That was a really great shot.
he should have done that the first time.
Maybe
Next time.
next year.
Yep, he went with the upside down.
It's going a little far past. Oh, but it catches something there. It looked like, and didn't get too much slide.
Another little safe shot. Robert here, probably trying to run this.
Yeah, he's got enough strokes to play with.
Yeah, right.
That'll work.
Let's go.
Oh, and he gets the crew view. Yes.
This is a spectacular putt. He's just keeping his foot on the gas, playing very well these first few holes. Gets the bonus birdie there.
Mm-hmm.
Surprisingly, this hole played a little easier than I expected. Played .37 over par, which puts it at, I'll let you know in a minute, the about halfway difficulty, about 10th most difficult hole.
Catches on every other.
Just a little bit of right side there.
It's a little frustrating, that's the one thing that I don't really like about Chainstar Pros. They're really great baskets, and I love putting on them, and they really force you to kind of just hit the middle. And I believe these particular ones, these are the ones from last year. The thing is, this course just isn't in a lot, and these ones aren't broken in as well.
Yeah.
Once they get broken in, they catch a little bit better, but these brand new Chainstar Pros, their chains are so heavy, and they just don't catch really well on the sides. You really gotta hit the middle. Still really good baskets.
Great save from Harry there.
Yeah, that was
spectacular. Kind of stops the bogey train there as he gets ready for hole 6. What do we got here, Luke?
Hole 6, par 4, 519 feet. Definitely playing further and playing harder than the mere numbers that you see there.
Yeah, for sure.
You gotta throw kind of a backhand flex line here. And if you land in the perfect spot, you'll have a forehand into the green as a righty.
The green's not super easy either. You got this slope off to the right. You got to drop off behind it. I shouldn't say drop off. You have a pretty steep slope behind it, just like we did on hole 4.
Yeah, not a drop off, but definitely roll away potential behind the green.
For sure. And you guys have been pretty good on this hole, honestly, off the tee, but
And this one gets a little out.
a little left on him
Yeah,
off the tee, and that's a bad kick for him, unfortunately. He's going to have to scramble there for his 4 save.
He's gonna need to scramble very well from there. I'm gonna throw a pretty straight flying nuke on some turnover here, and it just caught something there.
Yeah, some foliage there, cut you down, but looks like you'd be center of the fairway here. Okay, maybe tee pad? No, okay, good. Stay right there. Center of the fairway.
Shelly looking like he's lined up a sidearm here. Tried positioning play for sure.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think you can use the sidearm to aggressively. Yeah, that seems really
that's
clean
about
and safe.
as good as you can throw a sidearm on this hole.
I don't think it's the aggressive play for the 3 because I think it will leave you so much shorter to the valley, but it's just safer to get into the center of the fairway.
Yes, absolutely.
Harry's probably going
It's
for
a little bit more turned than Roberts, and it cut rolls a bit.
Man, I wish that had just kind of counter skipped instead. That'd have been cooler.
Yeah. Robert, look, he's throwing a rat here, I believe. He is throwing this all week. Just a.
Do you know the plastic on it?
Probably a star rat, I assume.
He's going to be on that right kind of side of the fairway.
That's going to be a tricky spot there. I'm going to try to throw the same disc again here on a little forehand flex line, trying to attack it a little bit. And I just turned this a little too much, and I got a pretty bad reaction off of some foliage and then a tree, and that's going to be a tough spot from there.
Yeah, bottom of the valley, left side.
And
this looks like it looked good out of his hand, but it was not stable enough.
I thought it was going to flex out beautifully, but it just didn't quite have the stability for that shot.
Harry in a interesting position here. Oh my, was so close to peering that gap.
He almost got all the way through there.
That would have been a cool one.
Oh, and Robert, no, looks like he's just lining up the safe shot here. No real need to go for it.
Yeah, he's probably just going to exchange that bonus birdie he had to just clean up the bogue.
He's going to, just out of position.
Just knowing to take his medicine and move on.
I got a jawbreaker zone here, and it just didn't quite get the distance I wanted, but I was just happy to hit the gap, and that'll be a look at my par save.
Yeah, and you have that hill behind it to worry about, though.
Yeah, that's going to be a bit of a scary bid from there for sure.
Got Harry with a backhand. Oh, no.
Yeah, a little bit bad reaction there. He's going to...
2 for 2 for bad ground action for him.
He's gonna have a look, though, for, believe...
His 4.
Birdie? No, for a 4, yeah.
Yeah, that's
for a 4.
Birdie. Robert just pitching up with his forehand there. He's going to put himself nice and close.
Yeah, that'll be plenty close for Robert there.
Sheldon also pitching up and right next to Robert.
Yeah.
I think that's where his par, right there.
Harry's got about 45-50.
This is a scary putt.
There it is.
Let's make it. Never mind. It's not scary to make it.
Great putt there by Harry. This looks a little bit more like 45 here. I thought it was a little closer.
Get up.
Just a touch low again.
I wanted to play clean this round for sure. Just, like I said, full positioning.
And this hole is really hard to commit to, too, just because of that drop-off line. If you really overcommit it and go off top of the basket, you can find yourself with another 45 footer again.
Now, time to get some birdies.
Putting on his gadgets in case he moves away.
I want to know, I got to ask him sometime, it's like, how bad does the poison ivy get? Not wearing, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Women are being featured in the magazine.
The women are out there, the pro women, so then it kind of motivates a lot of us amateurs to like go out there and not be afraid.
I would love to see more tournaments like this in the future for women's disc golf.
I want to see more women filling spots in a tournament than men. That'd be something to brag about.
Disc golf's legit and we're here to stay. We're gonna make names for ourselves.
all right, headed back onto the course. Hole 7, 667 feet. Playing this one, you really want to get a 3 here for you guys. First drive's got to be probably past this tree. You want to aim on the right side, hit into this fairway. Where the drone is at right now is the perfect landing zone. Then from this position, you can see the basket, and then you can pretty much throw anything you're comfortable with through the gap and attack the basket from that spot and walk away with a 3. That's the idea.
Yeah, ideally you'd be around 420, 450 off the tee pad, and that'll leave you a pretty simple approach into the green as long as you're in the fairway.
Another hole that averaged just a little over 0.27 strokes over for the day. We're going to see how you guys attack this.
Get some hyzer. I believe that's a ballista, the one that he threw
really?
on hole 4. He's been throwing that with a lot of hyzer.
Letting that flip over. He's going to be a little left than where he's going to want to be, but
yeah, and a little short. He's going to have some tricky footing, but it's doable from there for sure. And this looks like it's got some fade potential.
it's got to get down and in the gap.
It is. That's so good. That is perfect. You can't throw it much better than that.
I was going to say, the pros are looking for that spot specifically.
Yes.
If they put a little flag down, they'd say right where Harry's landed. I want that spot.
Yeah, Robert, I believe, throwing an AJ Destroyer here.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, he's been throwing this. This is his big distance driver, and that's
Also,
just past Harry's. That's even better right there.
all right, so we have 2 flags. Pros want to land between Robert
there
and
and there.
Harry.
I'm going to try to do what they did here with my ESP nuke. This is a little high out of my hand.
That's got us get left.
It catches that tree and begins
Not again.
the slow roll.
Oh my lord, we already watched this happen once. How is this happening again?
Oh, that doesn't stop there.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, and it's gonna flip one more time just for show. So I've gone about 270 off the tee, which is not close to ideal, and I tried doing a Shinn from yesterday, and I just
Put it too wide.
didn't quite have the skill there. That's gonna be, from where I'm at there, that's even tricky to save par.
Yeah, Sean's shot was just insane from last round. Almost non-repeatable.
Yeah, he had, I believe, the only 3 on the card, and he was so
did.
out of position.
That was just crazy to see.
Shelly just outside the circle there. Harry from the perfect spot here, and that's so easy. Like,
Yeah.
I wish I could do that during the tournament.
Yeah. I think everyone wishes they could do that during the
It's
tournament.
so easy during practice. Like, so easy.
That's it. I vote all practices be rounds now. From now until forever. This has got to stay straight. Oh, no, it doesn't. Never mind. It's just got to stay right there.
Yeah, he's got the touch there. It's not going too far past if it did anyway.
Yeah, you find yourself a little too far right here.
Okay, I took more time than I thought, but I still threw it terrible, and it's gonna roll another 50 feet backwards just for show.
You were trying to hug that inside line?
Yep.
Spike it?
Throwing the only disc that seems to work this round, a big Z drone, and I shorted it.
Yeah. Right on edge or just inside?
That's like 25 feet.
Okay, just inside. Cool.
Yeah, this hole's beating me up and stealing my lunch money.
How dare it? I'm going to go back and take your lunch money back and give it back to you.
Oh, thank you.
All right. Lay up there. Half bid.
I'll just pay better at D-Glow.
Yeah, that sounds like... Yeah, just win D-Glow. Oh, just a touch right on the putt there. Got Harry here after a spectacular drive and a pretty good upshot. He's got himself here for about 16 feet, 18 feet for his birdie.
Very easy, very there.
Yeah, that was... And Robert says, well, I did that too. I'm going to do it from 14 feet, though. That actually looks like 10.
Robert and Harry both played this.
Thank you.
The drive's really the technical part of this hole. This is a pretty easy 3 if you can just put your drive in the right spot.
Right.
Which I failed to do, and then I got aggressive and I paid for it.
Good concentration from you. Not letting that bother you. Sinking that putt.
The world's ending. I'm predicting it right now. Hole 8, par 4, 500 feet. Get your drive as far left as you can, to the top of that hill right there, and then climb the second hill and up to the right to where the basket is. And the tricky part of this hole is just getting it off the gap, getting it out the gap off the tee pad, and then the second shot it's angle control. Because for most spots you're gonna be throwing probably a backhand turnover to really get as much swing as you want. But you really need a lot of forehand power from out of position to throw that shot.
Yeah, just step 1, get out the gap.
Mm-hmm.
Got to do that. If you can't get out the gap, par is the best you can get. And Harry hits that far right side, and he is going to be, I think he's just past the gap, but he is out of position from there.
Yeah.
Robert looking to make the correction here.
Yeah, he's throwing I believe this is a Sexton Firebird.
Yeah, it looks like a Firebird. And this looks really clean.
Mm-hmm. That looks perfect, and it gets that skip over there, and from there you can throw a sidearm.
Back-to-back perfect drives for Robert there.
Yeah, Robert getting into the swing of things right now.
This looks really good too.
Hits the gap. It needs to swing a little bit more though, and it's find those weeds. But from there, it's still doable.
Yeah. Throw that raptor again?
Yeah, got out the gap.
Get over it.
That's fine though. That's where I've been landing.
Yeah.
Pretty much all 3 rounds.
Oh, I was wrong. He did not get out. He is in danger zone
Yeah,
here.
from
He's just gonna
here.
pitch out. That is.
I believe he threw a pretty good shot there. I'm not exactly sure. It might have rolled a little, but from where he is, I believe he'll have a pretty easy up and down.
Sheldon going with that really big turnover, and he's actually overshot the hole and left it a little left, and he's going to be over by that long grass for his birdie putt now.
Mm-hmm.
What do you got here? What is that?
Throwing a Z-Hawk.
Hawk.
Flippy mid. And that just stalled out. Man, if I had gotten the distance, that would have been great, and I just didn't. It's cool watching this stuff from different angles, because now I realize if I had got the distance, I actually did throw it on a pretty good line. I didn't turn it over too much or anything.
Harry leaving his on the tree line. He's going to have a very long look for his par save.
Yeah. And from here, Robert's even throwing a gator, I believe. That's going to need some skip.
Really? That's a gator. Wow.
Yeah.
Well then, I mean, when you have a perfect drive.
And this is why he's now sponsored by Apple.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of talent, and I really had a good weekend playing with him for sure.
Oh, go in.
Good run there by Harry.
How far is this for you?
45.
Yep, you can see the green marker there. Couldn't see it at first. Just in front.
I need to start connecting on these if I want to make a comeback after that start.
He's got to go with a forehand run here. Oh, go in.
So much touch. That was such a great run. Just a little flick of the wrist.
Wow, he was awfully close for making a groovy there.
If there was one question I could ask Shelly now would be, did you ever play Ultimate Frisbee? Because I feel like his answer would be yes, because he's throwing a lot of shots that I feel like an Ultimate Frisbee player would throw if they picked up this ball.
How about you put that in the comments below, all you guys watching right now. You think he played, yes or no? See what people vote on. He'll be like the 7th comment.
Swing my arms like an eagle. Get it all shaken out.
I mean, it's, national championship. It's very patriotic of you.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly why I was doing it.
That was exactly what was in your head when you did that, clearly.
Yeah.
Hole 9 now, 462 feet. You'll see the drone go over the high gap because there really isn't a low one for you to take. You want to go up and over this tree with you guys with this kind of power, and then from that position you want to crash into this tree line. Where you see the dead tree is often the one that'll catch you and leave you short. But if you kind of play plinko over that tree, or if you kind of attack right in front of it, you can give yourself a circle 1 look.
Yeah, this whole it's really just you can throw a good shot, and then it's kind of lucky whether or not you get through for a look. It's just a little bit lucky, and Roberts crashes in beautifully there and gets a very good skip.
Yeah. For all the plinko holes I've ever seen in my life, this one feels on the more fair side of them, but it's still a plinko hole.
Yeah, it's one of the as best plinko holes go, and this is definitely probably one of the best. I mean, it's on elite touring pro course.
Right.
And it has to be a good hole.
And they don't redesign it out very often / ever, this one, so.
No, not this one. This is tried to throw this a little bit more left than past days.
Oh, and you hit the big tree, you almost went too deep.
See, I feel like that's almost the best spot to attack it through. I feel like that's where the least leafage is, and I just didn't get through any of the days.
Mm-hmm.
I really think this has to be like a Ricky Wysocki destroyer or something, because that stamp looks familiar. I just can't see it.
He didn't get lucky through that last branch, otherwise that would have been right up next to Robert probably. But even despite that, all you guys will have looks of some variety here, and because it's uphill, you know it's pretty safe.
It's a very safe bids to run here.
The hill isn't slopey enough for it to really be a bad rollaway kind of hill, so
Mm-hmm.
you'd have to take a bad edge and just in front of it again.
Yeah, I just can't quite get the distance, it seems like, today. I just need to... Gotta find something.
Mm-hmm.
Harry here, he's got a long luck here at a birdie.
He's already made one C2. Can he make another one? Oh,
Just short.
he's done that 3 times.
Fortunate not to get a rollaway there, though.
Very true. If you were to get a rollaway, it is off basket and catch an edge, and that was awfully close.
25 for Robert and connects.
Yeah, great birdie from him. Didn't play particularly difficult on the day, just plus 0.16 strokes over par,
I'm not surprised.
but not a lot of birdies. Looks
Yeah.
like less than 15 birdies today. Just hard to penetrate and get the birdie look, but
Yeah.
pretty hard to take a big number on.
Pretty easy par. Birdie's very difficult.
Sheldon left to clean up his, which he does nicely. And that's going to do it for the front 9 here. Robert cushioning his lead there, putting it to 14 down now. After kind of a slow start, figured it out. Sheldon still at 6 down. You kind of had an unlucky double there, puts you just a few strokes down. You're kind of competing with Harry there at 3 down and 2 down respectively.
Looking to try to catch Shelly if I can.
Yeah, try to convert on the back 9. Thanks again to our Patreon sponsors, and we'll see you guys on the back 9 and conclusion of this awesome Am Nance.